Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is my birthday. I'm super excited because I'm 28. I get tons of freebies in the mail and all, and it's just gonna be so much fun. And so I decided, why not get on with another book tag that involves my birthday? So I decided to do the birthday cake book tag. Why not? And I will have the link below in the description so in case you decide to do it yourself. So getting started, each of the questions will pretty much correspond with a part of a cake. So like for example, like flour and icing, different ingredients. So getting started on the first question is flour. A book that starts out slow but then gets better at towards the end. A book that starts out slow and gets better at the end is Neverwhere by Neil Gaiman. This is actually one of my favorite books, but when I first started it, I actually got really bored. I had a hard time getting into it when I first read it the first time, but then I DNF'd it. Years later, I read it again and I loved it because it was full of like darkness. There's like underground tunnels, and then it takes place in London. I always wanted to go to London, one of my dream spots, and it's just so much fun, and you can't go wrong with Neil Gaiman books. So if you haven't read it yet, it's a really good book. The next question is Butter, a book with a rich plot. And I think like pretty much a book with a rich plot is Lady Midnight. And pretty much like all of Cassandra Clare's is really good, and it has like very awesome plots in her books. But I do think that when she started with Lady Midnight and also Lord of Shadows, I think like she pretty much stepped up her game, and there was so much in there. There's so much action. There's so much crazy dark stuff going on. There's magic. There's shadow hunters. There's so much that goes on within these books, and especially when you get to the second one, it's like actually like if you're reading three different books in one. So it's pretty much like something that keeps you going on. Next question is sweet. A book that you would consider sweet. And a book that would consider sweet would be Fault in Our Stars by John Green. And it's also one of my all-time favorite books. And I think like the book is super sweet. When you read it, it makes you feel good inside. It has like some very sad topics to go with it, but it makes me happy when I read it. Especially whenever you have Gus's Waters in the whole book. And he's one of those characters, male characters that I really love, because unlike a lot of male characters in books, especially in YA, they usually like either like moody, bad boy, typical thing that pretty much shows up all the time and they're always moody or something like that, or has some bad mood problems. But Gus's Waters is pretty much very happy most of the time, and he's always like that type of guy that will cheer you up no matter what. And he always accepts everybody for who they are, and he's actually the type of person that will totally let you smash his trophies when you're pissed off. So it's pretty much he's like one of the main characters that are totally sweet. So the next question is Icing, a book that has everything I want. Pretty much a book that everything I want in it is anything by Cassandra Clare, because one, I get one of my favorite authors in it. Two, I get shadow hunters and I get to experience that world again. And I also get kick-ass female characters and pretty much a total lots of fun. And it's always like not really boring or anything. There's always so much going on, and I think Dark Artifices is so far my favorite now trilogy over Mortal Instruments, just because it felt like that's when like Cassandra Clare pretty much really improved and she stepped up. So I think like whenever she steps up, she gets better each book. So yeah. Next question is Sprinkles. Always a book that cheers me up. A book that cheers me up is pretty much either The Hobbit or The Martian. I like The Hobbit because it reminds me of this times when I was in high school. This was a book that was assigned to me like for English class, and makes me think of that time because I have like one of the coolest English teachers who pretty much will make voice impressions of all the characters. So he does a really good Gollum. So it makes me feel happy about reading it. So, and it's also like it's just like a little fun book, especially like the dwarves are funny, especially like certain parts. Yeah, and another book that makes me smile is Martian. Here too, pretty much like the idea of him, Mark Watney, being stuck on Mars could seem like kind of depressing, but at the same time, Mark is so positive throughout the book, and he also has his own sense of humor throughout the book, no matter what. And it kind of like makes me smile and feel like my situation is not as bad as his. So if he can pull through and keep a smile on his face throughout the whole time and actually do many things, then why not? And the last question is the cherry on top. Best book of the year. I don't have it with me right now, Pretty much have so many really good books, but so far I think my favorite book of the year has got to be Lord of Shadows by Cassandra Clare, or the book that I read so far this year is Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo, because of the action and the writing style, and it was just so much fun reading them. So that's pretty much all the questions I have today. Hopefully you enjoyed my birthday book tag, and click on the thumbs up if you totally enjoyed it. And let me know in the comments below, what do you think is the best book of the year so far? And if you have more than one, that's okay too. So do subscribe if you want to check out more book tags. And I have some book hauls coming up, so stay tuned for that. So until next time, keep on reading.